Howdy from Arlington, Texas, y'all. Hope this video finds you well. We're back for another box set fever video. This one, we're going to take a look at 1990 Topps Traded. So I believe this was the first year that these were released in both a set form, which is what you see, dun, 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 and they were also released in pack form. So the ones that were released in pack form are printed on the gray card stock that we're used to from the 90s up until I think 92 was where they went to the white card stock. And the the sets were actually produced on that white card stock. So they are slightly different looking. No major rookies in this set. Not as so you can see the color there. There's not as many colors. Like it's just kind of one, I think, color pattern in these. Unlike the actual 1990 top sets on their own. So let's take a look through here. No big rookies. Definitely a few that I'll pull out for myself just to keep for nostalgia's sake. So the first one of those is the first one in the box, the Sandy Alomar. I think these are numbered alphabetically by last name, but I don't. Yeah, as you can tell, Pascual Perez is the second, and I'm going to assume he's not. Yeah, card number 91. So they're not in the set that way. Let's take a look. So we got old Pascual Perez, Juan Samuel Diaz. I'm not going to give you every name. I've done a couple other 90s videos already. So because this is a traded update set that was released later in the year, there's going to be a lot of repeat names that you've seen on my channel recently. For example, Alomar was in the first two that I did, which were so what were they? The Score rookie traded, and so we got Score. So we did 90 Fleer update, and he and Carlos Baerga had been traded. After the release of the regular sets, they had been traded to the Indians. I believe that was in exchange for Joe Carter. So anyway, the same guys will be in over and over. Steve Avery's another one that's over and over. I thought he was going to be the best of those young Braves pitchers. That's why I don't prospect. Paul Sorrento later played for the Tribe, and I always liked him. I mean, he was definitely not one of their stars, but I did always like him and thought he did a solid job for them. Mike Harkey, always remember. He was with the Cubs during those early to mid 90s, and just I can hear in my head Harry Carey saying his name. So Gary Carter. So yeah, again, nothing really in these in the way of value or anything like that, but just a fun little trip down memory lane. Dave Parker, the Cobra. Are they going to get him into the Hall of Fame before he passes? I believe I've heard he's struggling with his health a bit. Ooh, the Kevin Moss. That's definitely a keeper right there. Bet I would have loved to have had that in 1990. John Olerud. Maybe I'm grabbing too many at once, and that's why we're having the trouble we're having. Dave Winfield, who, again, like Parker, was in all these traded and update sets. Dave Justice was not in Fleer or Score, the update sets, because he was in their regular set those years, but was not in the base tops set. Rick Leach, who, if you didn't know, was a darn good quarterback at the University of Michigan as well. I don't know if they'll say it. There we go. He also quarterbacked the Wolverines to 3 straight Rose Bowl appearances. For those that don't know, Jeff Reardon, he was a top-tier closer. Made a few all-star teams. But he's in these sets. John Franco. I actually saw a thing on Instagram the other day. His daughter it just popped up as, I don't follow his daughter, but it just popped up as something random that I should look at. But it was like his career through his baseball cards. And it just showed a bunch of his cards and was kind of fun. And he was in the video with her. So there's Joe Carter. So kind of making me suspect that he was a part of that trade. My memory probably served me correctly for where the Indians got Baerga and Sandy Alomar Jr., Dennis Oil Can Boyd, Todd Hundley. That would be a rookie. He was definitely a good hitting catcher for a few years. Charlie Leibrandt, I think his son played in the minors. I feel like one of the team sets I bought, there was a Leibrandt. It's not exactly a common last name. Fred Lynn is in these update sets. Jack McDowell. So that, I don't know if that's a rookie, but it's definitely an early card of his. So it looks like he pitched as early as 87 for the big club. Maybe Zach and Porter can let me know. Lee Smith, another solid closer. I think Lee Smith has made the Hall of Fame. Ben McDonald, got to set that one aside. Would have been a big card back in 1990. Mark Davis, I've talked about him and that nasty curveball that he had. Mark Langston. Leyritz rookie, he was a cog in that Yankees late 90s dynasty. Cecil Fielder, definitely keeping that one for myself for my junk wax nostalgia. So it looks like we did have some different color schemes. It looks like they kind of reversed some of these. So at least they are slightly different. Dave Hollins was a quite serviceable player for a while. Matt Noakes, talked about him in previous videos, and yeah, thought he was going to be a stud after a 32 home run rookie season, but that was ended up being his career high, was during his rookie year. We're getting down to the end here. John Burkett, solid pitcher for years. Travis Fryman. Bobby Cox. There's some solid airbrushing there. When I say solid, I say that sarcastically. Hall of Fame TTMer Bryn Smith. Scott Erickson was a solid pitcher for a few years. A lot of cards here, 132 cards, but we're almost done. Looks like another potential airbrush job there. Sam Horn, who was going to be one of the greatest players ever when he was part of the Red Sox. Just ask the Red Sox fans of that time. And it looks like we're wrapping it up. All right. So again, nothing earth-shattering or anything like that, but just a fun one to go through for me. These ones I'll keep. Cecil Fielder, Ben McDonald, Blackjack McDowell, the Dave Justice, Kevin Moss, Carlos Baerga, his longtime teammate Sandy Alomar Jr., and of course the Steve Avery. That's what I got. Thanks for hanging in with me. Thanks for taking a look. Hope you saw some things that made you smile. Something that maybe a player you hadn't thought of for a while or something like that. Hobby's got to be about fun, man. And going through some of these, that's what it is for me. It's all about fun. So have a great day. Whenever you watch this, don't be a dickhole. Be kind to animals. Adopt, don't shop, and get your pets spayed or neutered. And I will see you down the road.